Or shot fire, officer down, shot fire, officer down. Got a city officer down, shot fire.
223, be advised, we have a visual on enemy paratroopers at grid Papa uniforms.
Welcome to the Resilient Warrior Nation, a podcast dedicated to inspiring hope and healing for first responders, military veterans, and anyone facing PTSD and trauma.
Guys, we're here at Wolf Gym in Boca Raton with my man Jeff Gum, former Navy SEAL. We're doing a podcast later at Big Dog Ranch. My boy Justin back here, Donut Shop podcast, recording everything. And just going to do a workout, casual conversation, let you guys get to know Jeff a little bit better. It's so funny, we just walked in. Greene is here, and Jeff did Kai's podcast a couple of years ago, so he's busy doing a podcast himself or an interview. So I'm sure he'll talk a little bit later to Kai. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank
you once
Great
again.
To be here. Awesome.
Second podcast now. We were at your house a couple of months ago. Now you're doing this for us.
Yep.
Cannot thank you enough. I know how busy you are. This is literally the busiest guy I've ever seen in my life. And it's so funny because when he texted back and forth trying to make plans, he's out of the country. He's going to see this guy, that guy. The names that he knows on his Rolodex are so impressive. It's unbelievable. So I thank you for taking the time again.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. Pumped to get good workout with you and everything.
Exactly.
Battling back from the tricep injury. You're doing tries for the first day again, so
yeah,
it'll be good.
First day close gripping, so we'll see what we have. Just tweaked it back a little bit, but it's what happens when you get old, man. Not sitting on that couch and getting fat, though. So let me just get in a quick little set here. We're rock and rolling, guys. Oh. Nice, no pain. So we were just talking about the USA winning goal yesterday. Jack Hughes with the game winner. Beautiful, beautiful goal. How'd you feel when you saw that yesterday? Were you watching that game?
Oh, yeah, it was so awesome, and especially from him after getting his teeth cracked and staying in the game, just leaving it all there, you know?
Yep.
Been 46 years since the Miracle on Ice.
To the
when
day. What are the
USA,
odds of that?
Yeah, say 46 years to the day.
Yep.
Absolutely crazy.
I didn't realize until I saw it in the morning. Like,
And
they're winning today. There's no way to not.
having his brother on the team and just unreal. So badass, and to beat Canada, you know, the creators of hockey at their own sport.
Exactly. Talking all that smack. I
Yeah.
saw one guy that was a reel on Instagram last night. Guy takes a chainsaw to his big screen and he was so pissed they lost. I was dying, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're only hurting yourself, bro. I don't care how much money you have.
Yep. The goalie was just stopping
Oh my
everything.
God. Dude, that stop on Taves with the stick.
Back, just
Oh.
his reaction time is just insane.
They're sick.
Insane.
I'll tell you, when I used to play hockey in college, sometimes pros would come back and play. So every time you would get a level up, like we'd have minor league guys. I never played against, actually I did play at practice with an NHL goalie, but the speed and reaction time, reflexes these guys have is unbelievable. And every time you level up, it blows you away even more. You're like, how can a human being move this fast?
Totally. Yeah.
It must have been like, when he scored that goal, I told my wife I would have loved to have that feeling. Like, to have that feeling in your life. It must be like when you graduate buds or when you finish Hell Week or something.
Yeah, it was funny. I hadn't had one like that for a while because just don't compete as much as we do. But then I was in Korea doing this TV show in Korea, battling all the Korean special ops teams. And the first day we get there, we do fucking mud wrestling.
Really?
And I'm used to like grappling and wrestling, no problem. But now my feet are stuck in the mud, and I'm like, immediately the guy just goes for like a single leg, catches me, I fall back, crack my ribs. I'm like cracked, my ribs are killing me. But I just think back to my grandpa, who's 20 years old, had been shot in the chest, taken shrapnel through his neck, had 2 Purple Hearts, would just get patched up, go back out, keep fighting. And I'm like, he had his friends die around him, fighting a million Chinese, had to retreat at one point, freezing, no good like technological, advantages or everything, and just had to tough it up. And I'm like, tough it the fuck up. You're here doing a TV show with your friends. You cracked your rib a bit. And then we go out, and the Korean SEALs had won, and they pick us against the first like major challenge, and we just totally kick their ass.
Nice.
And we run with boats on our heads, paddle out, and we take down a ship, shoot these guys, grab this huge case. We have to dive down like 20 feet, get this key, unlock the case, bring it all back, and we're just running down the beach, battling them, cross that finish line first, and it was just like, yeah, like the best feeling again. You know, hey, I'm like hurting.
Did you break it?
Yeah, I had a cracked rib.
Holy
and,
shit.
And messed up the intercostal. But I was just like, suck it up. Your grandpa literally was a 20-year-old fighting for his life and had been shot in the chest and hardly did anything. So
The mindset.
You know?
It's incredible, man.
yeah.
What the mind, I guess, wants you to do, the body will follow. Is that what you guys learned?
Yeah. And, you know, it's just one of these things. I just had to just tough it out. And then, like, after 3-4 weeks, it started feeling better. And we had more mud wrestling again. And then the same guy that had taken me down and, beat me in that moment, I got him, I took him down, and I threw him out of the ring. And,
Nice.
And we won it. We won the whole, like, it was a different kind of mud thing. But we won it and got to choose the team we were going against then.
So did you guys win the entire competition?
No, we had a guy on our team, a non-SEAL, who got shot more than everyone else on the other team combined. And then so we went faster than the team that won, but we got a bunch of time added on because he got shot.
Like penalty points.
He got shot a lot. It was different. SEALs and other guys have some different strategies, especially on barricaded shooters. And so, yeah, we ended up losing to the team that won out of like 6 teams.
Damn.
But
So has this guy's body ever been found since? I know you guys had to give him some special love after that, man.
we're just like, why'd you sprint to your death?
Exactly.
You know? It was
Just
like
do everything you guys do and you would have been fine, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Once
But
you get that
what
set
can
in.
you do?
Oh, exactly. Must have been great just going there and having a competition.
It was a blast. It was a blast.
Today's episode is brought to you by Cutting Edge Testosterone Therapy, a veteran-owned, family-run clinic led by a retired first responder. At Cutting Edge, they help men and women rebuild strength, focus, and vitality through advanced hormone therapy, peptides, and performance-based weight management. Whether you've served your country, your community, or your family, Cutting Edge helps you get your edge back safely, professionally, and with people who understand what service takes out of you. Cutting Edge offers individualized care with no monthly fees or contracts. Learn more at cuttingedgetestosteronetherapy.com. Cutting Edge Testosterone Therapy, built by those who serve for those who still do.
Woo. Pain-free. Loving life,
Good.
baby.
Awesome.
God.
Let me see.
Thanks to the peptides from Cutting Edge Testosterone Therapy, the elbow's feeling much better. Had a partial tricep tear. Bad tendonitis. Was out of the gym for quite a while, but feeling much better now. My first close grip in almost 6 months, so weak as could be, but it's coming back. It'll be back. It's funny, one of my last workouts before I blew it out, I was First set, 275, felt like it was a feather. 315, I got up 7 times, a little bit of a spot on the 8th. And then John Cena had said he close grip 365. So I'm like, I know I can bang out 365. I was thinking about 405. And I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. Tear your tricep, which I ended up doing anyway. And then you're out for like a year. But thank God this was just less than that.
Yeah, a lot of guys do their pec. Like,
You see those videos online, man. That's sick going up. You just see a tear.
yeah.
A couple of buddies have done it. What's the worst injury you ever had?
My back.
Back?
Yeah, I was
too.
fast roping on a roof doing a hostage rescue training mission in the Middle East, and just rappelled down, landed, had a bunch of gear on, and didn't notice anything at the time, but it herniated my L5-S1.
have
And,
that
and
fused.
I don't know if it was then or another time, but the CAT scans, the MRI showed I broke my back too at some point. So I'm not sure if it was then or what.
You
or
didn't
if
know
I
that you
just-
broke your back?
No.
Holy shit.
And I had another broken rib at some point too, and didn't know. And
What are you, my mom? She, same thing. She had an x-ray or something. They're like, did you know you broke your rib? She's like, no. Like hardcore Italian woman, man.
Yeah.
So she could have been a seal.
yeah, so I kept doing everything for a week, but I got foot drop and my foot was I woke up and had crazy sciatica. My foot wasn't working, and then they figured it out, and I had to fly to Germany, and I had spine surgery, and it's like the main thing that has not been the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what do you mean? What do you suffer from
Like
now?
when I just re-injure it real easy. You know, even if I do, like I'll do belt squat and it's great, but if I do a shoulder squat, then I'll just feel it. I'll just, like the next day I'll wake up that night in pain.
Yeah.
Even if I feel good while I do it, it'll cause, and then jiu-jitsu and wrestling, like I don't do it much because my back will always hurt.
Yeah.
You know?
I wanted to get into jiu-jitsu, but you can't control what happens when you're on the mat. And
Yeah.
I could see,
Yeah.
I got a fusion. Would
Yeah.
you get a laminectomy? You didn't get fused, right?
Microdiscectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So same thing, laminectomy. So I got that, and then the following year I had to get a fusion, L5-S1, same thing. So it sucks, man.
I
having back.
got stem cells, and it's a lot better at the accelerator in Columbia, but it's still, it used to go out on me a lot before I got that, but still I don't want to start, I don't want to injure it,
Oh, yeah.
get back to where I was, you know?
Have you ever tried PRP for that?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't
Yeah.
work? Or
So it's more PRP, you got to get into the disc.
Yeah.
They're not going to do PRP like
like a general area?
I have like when I did my stem cells, it's intradiscal that a neurosurgeon puts it into my disc when I'm like on some kind, you're unconscious.
Yeah.
you know?
You're putting light
But like
sedation.
PRP, they just put it around. It can lower inflammation a bit, but it's not going to really heal your discs the same way.
Yeah. I've gotten into joints,
Yeah.
so it works well.
Yeah,
for
joints.
Some
Joints,
applications.
you can do it. You can't do that, and it's not quite as good at, like the doctor I've done it with. He'll mix stem cells with PRP, and put it into discs and things. But to get into the disc, you need a neurosurgeon.
Yeah. Nice. So when you first started the back, were you just coming down too hard, and it just kind of
Yeah, you're coming down a rope,
Compacted?
and you just
ugh.
Yeah.
So how much? You guys are wearing how much? About 100 pounds when you're coming out of copters like
I
that?
wasn't wearing 100 there. It was like maybe 70-ish.
Okay. Only
Yeah.
70. That's still
yeah,
a nice
if I had
loadout.
if I was like my first platoon, I was a Mark 48 gunner. If I had something like that, I would have been probably 100 pounds, but yeah, probably 70 there.
That's crazy, man. It's just nuts what you guys do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I don't know how we're gonna find guys like you in the future, because we're not making kids like we used to. It's awful, man. So how was the transition from getting out of the teams to civilian life?
For me, it was great.
Well, you have what going on now? So you're going, as you're getting out, are you going to UCLA's school for your MBA?
I was planning to go there, but I was taking a gap year and traveling the world with my friend who was born without arms and legs.
That's right.
Kyle Maynard. So we had a trip set up. We flew to Japan. He was speaking there, and then we were doing some consulting, and then we were like meeting with the Prime Minister's wife, Mrs. Avey, and we met like the president of Yahoo Japan.
You see the life? You see what I'm talking about? He's meeting with the Prime Minister. It's unbelievable.
The wife, first lady type thing.
All right.
But and then they were just like taking us all around, wining and dining us at the coolest spots, eating like puffer fish and bluefin tuna and raw horse meat.
Really? Puffer fish are deadly, right? If you make them the wrong way, prepare them the wrong way.
Yeah. And then we're like having dinner at the restaurant where Kill Bill was filmed, that crazy fight scene. And yeah, we're just having, then we're like, yeah, we don't want to go back to California. We want to go to Barcelona. So then they flew us, landed in Russia, went to Barcelona, and then met a bunch of friends in Barcelona. Then we flew to Croatia. Then I did Croatia Yacht Week. Then I flew to Mykonos, did Mykonos. Then I went to Israel. I carried Kyle on my back to where Jesus was crucified.
Wow.
Floated in the Dead Sea, hiked the Masada Fortress. And then, yeah, went to, where else? Was just going all over. Went to like 20 countries. Flew back. I got my application in for UCLA, and then we flew to Australia. Climbed the highest mountain in Australia, so that was another one of Kyle's 7 summits.
Nice.
Then we went to, I took him to the Great Barrier Reef. I just held his scuba tank, swam him all around the Great Barrier Reef.
That's
it was
awesome.
so sick. He actually I was freediving at one point, and then he went down and he had a camera with a GoPro and a surf leash on it.
Yep.
And it got stuck to the reef, and he's trying to swim up.
What?
Like that's, the top of the ocean.
Yeah.
And he's down here, and he let out all his air to be able to get down because he's not as dense because he doesn't have the arms and legs.
Yeah.
So he's literally down here, hooked to the reef, going like this, trying to get up, and I see him, and I just swam down like way below him, past the reef, and was like with a turtle down there. And then I came up, and he was trying to be like me, and then got stuck. And I see him down there, so I shoot down, and I grab his camera, and I have my camera, and we come up, and he's like, oh, he goes, he goes,
Holy shit.
his first words were, did you get that on film? And I go, I got your camera and my camera. I go, don't leave home without your Navy SEAL. And he's like, holy shit,
That's
that would have
crazy,
been
man.
a horrible way to die. I go, kind of would be a cool way, but.
That's nuts, man. Seconds from death. God. So was it a hard decision to leave the teams? Like, did you ever think about making it a career, or you were?
I was planning to make it a career, but after injuring my back, I became an instructor
Okay.
and started teaching the hand-to-hand combat prisoner handling. And it was awesome, but I was throwing out my back all the time. And then I'd
Like me right
be
now?
like walking around like an old man. And I realized, and after going back to seeing the doctors all the time, they're like, you're gonna be a liability if you go back to a SEAL team and you're getting hurt all the time. And during this time, I was going to Los Angeles all the time. I had a bunch of friends who had done their MBA at Wharton.
Okay.
And were doing all these
Good school.
crazy deals and everything with guys they had gone to business school with. And I was like, all right, one door is kind of closing due to this injury, but I'd always wanted to get into business anyway. My cousins, I'd studied business and entrepreneurship at UCF.
Okay.
And my cousins had gone there, and one's now like the founder of Echelon Fitness. It's like $1 billion company, kind of like Peloton.
Yep, really.
And then the other one had a fish finder and depth finder technology company. And so I was always drawn to it. I just wanted to be a SEAL first. But so it was like just kind of on the back burner, and this kind of expedited that process. One door closed with the Navy due to, physical limitations. But one door was opening. What I saw doing business school, that can be a way to transition, because just going straight, trying to, make a company right out of the Navy, you don't even know what you don't know yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So I realized it'd be better to have a company already, because from going to UCF, just studying business, knowing I wanted to be a Navy SEAL was kind of boring, but if you have a company and you're taking what you learn and apply it directly to that company, it's really, the strategy and everything is very exciting. So I had gone to Brazil many times with the family that created jiu-jitsu and the UFC, the Gracies.
Okay.
And I loved the swimwear from Brazil. So I kind of brought it back and made it patriotic and all about freedom. And so I kind of had a baseline company to start with. And I used that traveling the world to create a bunch of cool content to try to market the brand. And then I got into UCLA, and then I would take everything I learned from business school and apply it to that, and bringing it through the entrepreneurship pipeline. I had a bunch of other MBA students working on my company for a grade.
Really?
And then I brought it through 3 different accelerators. It was my master's thesis with the business creation option. I won Startup UCLA demo day. Nice. And then there was the Anderson Venture Accelerator as well, and did that. It was all.
So the accelerator is what?
I learned an accelerator is you're in like an incubator with a bunch of other startups, and you're all kind of pitching, talking to, creating decks, making your decks better, making like a 50-page business plan, doing all this research. So I'd have other MBA students who were really smart quantitatively and had worked in corporate for a while,
right,
and take all their different aspects of knowledge and apply it to the company.
That's awesome.
For a grade. So I was able to use a lot of that strategy, and then my company grew like 5x in 2020 during the pandemic, and ended up doing over $500,000 in sales that year. So it's pretty
And that's
exciting.
year one?
No, that was several years in.
Okay.
I kind of built a little bit of a foundation during that time.
Yep.
But that was kind of the getting like my product really down, just getting the business more refined. I did some other kind of random jobs where I was able to get some money, then invest more in inventory, start doing ads, and that's what got the business to take off then.
That's unbelievable. So it seems like your education, you get into practical experience as well.
Exactly. I'd say on-the-job training is the best. It's way better than just studying academia. I think academia can be a little boring.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, look at your education
Did
after.
Did I leave my phone up on that thing?
Probably did.
I think because I thought we were going back up.
Yeah, let's go that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at the education I had at Hofstra, and we weren't getting practical experience like you guys were getting.
What's up, man? I did your podcast a few years ago. Jeff Gum, the Navy SEAL. How you doing, man? Good seeing you.
Oh, you guys are working too, I see.
Yeah.
Hey, Joey Valentino told me to say hi to you.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
They got a lot going on.
We're trying. We're trying. If you ever get a chance, remember that pod I talked to you about?
Are you filming that?
we're doing a podcast after this, so gym session, and then we're going out to Big Dog Ranch and film.
Yeah, I think we were your first episode with my buddy Kaj Larson and Crystal all put it together. Yeah, it was Veterans Day 2020. Yeah. Yeah, great seeing you, brother. Good seeing you, man.
Absolutely. Yes, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank
you
you.
too, you too. Take care, guys.
Good seeing you guys. All right.
Not there? You see front desk?
Yeah.
No way someone walk with it. We're looking at cup.
Did someone put a phone up here at all? I think I left on a stair climber.
That would have been a disaster.
Thank you. There we go.
Exactly. That would have been some start to the day, man. Missing phone. It's amazing. You don't realize how much of your life is contained in these
Oh,
phones now.
totally,
Holy
totally.
cow.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's crazy. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I misplaced it the other day. I had something important to do. I'm like, please, God, let me find this phone. What do you want to hit?
Should we hit a buy?
Yeah. Want to do, you call it. Your workout. What you want to go with?
Should we do a preacher curl?
Yeah, preacher's good. There's one right over kind of
over
where
there?
we were.
Cool.
That's actually even better for me. Take weight off my back.
Great.
This thing's pretty solid. Just see if you like it.
This?
Yeah. This is the one I use typically. Oh. So you tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Good?
You know how much?
Usually 2/4 I throw. Let's see.
2/4.
Try one and see how you feel.
Yeah, that's light. Good. Put another
Good.
one on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. So let me just point out that we ran into Greene, infamous bodybuilder, and Jeff did his podcast in 2020. The man knows everyone. It's unbelievable, man. I used to go in New York everywhere with my wife. My wife knew everyone. So he's like, let's go see who you know. Now, with you, it's like, how many people do you know? And for those of you watching, lifting is all about putting as much tension on your muscles as you can. No ego lifting. Don't throw on 3 of these plates. Jerk it up using your shoulders. Pure biceps. You saw both of us doing reps. Feel every rep. Feel your bicep working. Flex it at the end.
Yeah, it's funny, like, how easy it is to like meet people now and stuff and just stay connected and be connected. I was saying one time, oh yeah, it's such a small world, you know, to my buddy Dave Vabora, And he's like, not a small world, just big people.
That's what Chris
And I was
Wiley
like,
told me, man.
damn.
Chris Wiley said the same thing. I'm
Really?
like, I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's like the most famous person in your Rolodex that you hit up that kind of blew your mind that you became friends with, or even that you just met one time?
Well, I'll tell you, there was, not most famous, but like the craziest one was, like, I had kind of two heroes when I was a young SEAL. It was Pat Tillman, who, you know, was a NFL linebacker who became an Army Ranger and was killed in Afghanistan. And then Kyle Maynard, because I just thought he was the most inspirational person. They said there's never been someone so disabled that's been able to compete on the same level with like the top athletes in the world. Like, he, without arms and legs, he beat multiple state champions in wrestling.
Really?
And then I met him at a beach bar. I was out with a bunch of my SEAL friends, and we literally like became best friends and stuff, and traveled the world together.
That's
so
awesome.
that was like a crazy one. I don't know. Well, I guess Conor McGregor a bunch now.
That's
meeting
awesome.
him.
So how'd you guys meet?
Well, I met him originally like 10 years ago after he fought Nate Diaz the second time.
Okay.
And my buddy Kyle had trained jiu-jitsu with his jiu-jitsu coach, Dylan Dennis. And then we were all at Encore Beach Club, and Conor was in like the VIP area, and Dylan and all of Conor's coaches were out. And I kind of knew all the people, like the Encore Beach Club security weren't letting Conor's coaches back into where he was,
Really?
because they were being super strict on it. But then when they saw me, that I was with them, they're like, okay, you guys are good. So we all go in, and then met Conor, hung out a while, and then I hadn't seen him. And then we just got reconnected like in November. We're gonna be doing some business together. It's a little
Nice.
confidential now, but you'll be seeing it all soon. It's gonna be some
It's
good
so
stuff.
funny. It's the second time
Yeah.
I'd be seeing something with Conor McGregor. So in September, I had Trevor Millar, who founded Ambio Life Sciences, the world's
Yeah.
premier ibogaine provider. He was set to come on a Monday, and he hit me up on like a Saturday. Super graceful, super apologetic. He's like, we have to reschedule. I have a ultra MVP coming in. He's like, it's all hands on deck. I can't tell you who it is, obviously, but you'll probably find out. So we have it a week later, great interview. He kind of tells me a little bit, obviously doesn't mention who it is. He goes, you'll figure it out. 2 or 3 months later, Conor McGregor's talking about his ibogaine journey and changing his life. And I hit Trevor up. I'm like, you reschedule me for Conor McGregor? You kidding me? So it was a good laugh, but Conor changed his life. So it's great to
He
see.
told me all about it. It was, beautiful. He got married like 3 weeks after doing it.
Yeah, I ended up getting some beautiful videos of the wedding. It was sick.
Yeah.
Trevor ended up getting invited. So what did he say about his experience? Can you speak about it? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah. I don't know if he wants some of it to be private. He basically saw his death and how upset his kids were, and realized he needed to change his life. And he saw God and Jesus and guardian angels and just how powerful they were, and became a true believer in Christ and God. And you can see it in his actions now. And he wants to have real impact in this world. He was
Beautiful.
already like charismatic, man of the
Oh,
people, family man, but now he's just taking it to a whole new level. And it's exciting to see what he's gonna do. Like, the best story of Conor is still to come.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, the trappings of success can be difficult to navigate.
Yeah.
There's so many people coming at you, trying to give you this, trying to give you that. It's easy to fall into that trap. You know, people make fun of him or whatever, but he's only human,
Yeah,
not infallible.
yep. Mhm.
And the beauty of psychedelics, I healed myself. I changed my life. You know, 30-year cop. I was going through PTSD, fighting every day of my life, like not knowing if I survive. I can't say I really had suicidal ideology, but I'm not arrogant enough to say I couldn't got to that point.
Yeah.
And then one of your brothers changed my life, man. I was watching Shoreline podcast, Eddie Penny, talking about Extortion 17 and losing Jason Workman. Gets me emotional, man. Still. And just started thinking about a 2-year-old found floating in a pool call I buried 5 years before. I just lost my shit, man. I had no idea what was going on. But that man let himself become vulnerable, changed my entire life. So every time I think about it, it gets me emotional. I thank him for that. And I'll meet him in person and hug him and thank him. Changed my entire life. I want to be here with you right now. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here with Justin. Like I live a life of gratitude every day, man. Oh. Want to hear another small world story? But no, big people. Another small world, big people story. So I'm on an integration call for Ambio. So I'm going for IBA next week myself. So we have group integration calls. So last week, there's a girl talking about something, and she's talking about putting everything on a social media. So she had a unique name. I just went to Instagram, looked her up, and I see Bearded Frogman and Eddie Penny follower. So I just, introduced myself. I'm not stalking you. I thought maybe you had a podcast when you said social media. I said, I see you followed by Joe Hahn and Eddie Penny. Are you friends with them? And lo and behold, her ex was LAPD SWAT, I think commander. And they used to train SEAL. You guys would come out and train those guys. Oh, yeah. So they became friendly with Eddie. They used to socialize with him. And then they had Joe Hahn, and she had a mutual friend, so they used to socialize. I'm like, what are the odds of this? So she actually threw Eddie Penny a message for me. I don't know if anything's going to come of it, but I'm like, what are the odds of that?
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
Yeah, beautiful.
So I saw the other day that you were posting a reel about going, what is it, Force Team Blue? Is that the organization you work for? Am I getting that wrong?
Force Blue Team.
Force Blue Team.
Yeah,
so
Force Blue Team.
What do you guys do there? I mean, how many different things, how many foundations are you involved in? Seems like
Countless.
It's unbelievable, bro.
Countless.
I mean, you get more of yourself than anyone I've ever seen. So like, can you tell us about the Force Team Blue?
Yeah, so the Force Blue Team, it was founded by one of my best friends, Rudy Reyes, who's a recon Marine.
Yeah, I remember him from the movie.
Yeah, and then now he's the lead instructor on Special Forces Fox. And he was going through a really tough time after getting out of the Marines. And he went on a trip with another one of the Force Blue founders, Jim Ritteroff, he used to produce all the Anheuser-Busch commercials of Michael Bay back in the day, the big marketing guy. And they were on a dive trip, and Rudy just saw how beautiful all the coral was, how it was being destroyed and dying, and they realized they needed to fight for it. And they created a team of special operators who do all different kinds of ocean conservation, saving the coral reef, saving sick and diseased sea turtles. This last mission was manatee. We did a mission. We do a partnership. We have a lot of different partnerships. Publix is a big partner of ours. They sponsor a lot of our events because it can be expensive to bring all these guys out and do this work. NFL is a big partner. We built like a 100-foot football field, a coral reef called the 100 Yards of Hope. And that was for the Super Bowl in Miami. We did a mission, cleanup in Tampa. Martin Grammatica was my dive buddy for that one. Did some turtle missions. Mac Hollins, who caught the touchdown in the Super Bowl for the Patriots, we were doing turtle missions together, jumping on loggerhead sea turtles, bringing them up, doing research, seeing what they're eating, chipping them, tagging them. Then we did Kelp is on the Way.
Kelp's on the way, I like that.
For saving the kelp forest out in Los Angeles. All the sea urchins there's not many sea otters or sheep's head fish that eat the sea urchins anymore, so they're growing out of control, and the kelp can't grow. So we just went around, smashed thousands of these sea urchins so the kelp could grow. It's the fastest growing thing in the world. It can grow like a foot a day or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It just needs to have the foundation there.
Damn, like Shaquille.
So a lot of different ocean conservation missions with that, and it's awesome that we're like, guys are out there saving the coral reef, sea turtles, all this stuff, but in doing that, it's like saving them at the same time. It's like
That's phenomenal.
an awesome cycle.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And you're back in the brotherhood. You have a new mission. You have a community.
You have to
So-
miss the brotherhood. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you see the guys a lot, but like you guys, in some respects, when you get together doing things like that,
Yeah,
that's like the brotherhood.
that's why I've had a really good transition, because you can't let your memories be bigger than your dreams. I'm
like
still
that.
doing stuff with the businesses, with the foundations, doing all this stuff with the Adaptive Training Foundation. I'm a board member with them, training amputee and spinal cord injury veterans, then bringing them on ski trips and surf trips. So just and then there's a community and all these things. The Hudson Seal Swim, everyone's wearing Sunga Life.
Yeah, that
while
looked
we're
cool.
doing
Everyone was
while
fitting
we're
with it.
doing these. Pete Hagsteth was my swim buddy multiple times for that. So it's just always having a mission and always having a community. And
That's very, very, very good advice for guys and girls who are getting out right now,
Yeah.
who are trying to find themselves.
yeah.
You know, just so what's your biggest piece of advice for guys and girls who are getting out? Because I found a tradition. I thought it was going to be easy. I actually have a master's from Boston University in criminal justice. I was planning on teaching. I got my firearms instruction certificate, so I was planning on doing weapons and tactics. So I thought I was good.
Yeah.
But then you get out, man, and that brotherhood's gone. You don't feel like you're of use to anyone anymore, and that's a huge thing. Like, I didn't realize it. So that's, a lot of us have that feeling. So like, what's your advice to them as they're getting out?
Make sure you have an important mission that you can still do, and make sure you have a community. If you have these two things, I believe you're going to be in good shape, and keep family the number one priority. That was one of the great parts of getting out from me. I was gone so much, living in California, training all around the world, being gone, maybe seeing my family 4 times a year.
Wow.
And so having that free, like, yeah, you miss the brotherhood a little bit, but I can get the brotherhood through all these other new missions now. But what I couldn't get before was all that family time. Imagine, it's got to be really tough for guys being away from their family 7 months at a time. You got your brothers, but being away from your children can be really tough.
Yeah.
So having that control and freedom in your life is really important for me in this stage of my life. So having that control, having family number one, and then having the brotherhood still through other missions where you're giving back.
Very good advice, especially in service to others.
Yeah.
This way you're taking that self-actualization or whatever, that focus off self, because
Yeah.
that cycle is in some respects selfish. All you're doing is thinking about yourself, and it's over and over and over. So
Yeah.
you put it on something else, and it's taking it off self and helping people. There's no greater feeling in the world. So how do you do it? Like, how do you stay this busy and not lose your mind? It's unbelievable how much you have going on. Like, how do you do it?
How do I do it? I don't know. I'm bad at saying no sometimes.
Obviously, you're right here with me.
No, but sometimes I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a little tough to do this. But after I do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was even questioning that, you know? But yeah, I just find a way to make stuff happen.
You do.
You know?
What was your last off day, like 92, man? I can't even imagine. All right, so I guess that'll wrap up our gym sesh. We're going to start getting ready, headed up to the podcast. Guys, I hope you liked the gym session with Jeff Gum. Brother, I want to thank you again.
Awesome.
Fantastic,
Great
as
work.
always. Getting ready to go up to Big Dog Ranch and Rescue, do a podcast. So looking forward to that. Matthew Wiz Buckley is going to be my co-host today. Laurie
Awesome.
Simmons, the founder, is going to be with us. So I am so pumped. Justin, the man behind the camera, is going to be running all the tech as usual. So, guys, we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us. And tune into the podcast, please.
Or shot fire, officer down, shot fire, officer down. Got a city officer down, shot fire.
223, be advised, we have a visual on enemy paratroopers at grid Papa uniforms.
Welcome to the Resilient Warrior Nation, a podcast dedicated to inspiring hope and healing for first responders, military veterans, and anyone facing PTSD and trauma